Yeah. What's up? Good, popping, cracking, percolating. What's really good in the hood? It's your man Theo Butler. We in here. Groovy tonight. Flash by night comics. My fellow devil dogs in here. Yeah, we in here. We in here. We are in here for an informative episode of I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying with the Rock with Nick. Yeah, we in here for an informative episode. We got one. We got one. That ain't enough to have fun, though. That ain't enough to have fun. We got two. We got a crew. We got four. We don't need no more. We can make it do what it do. So, y'all, propaganda 101. I appreciate y'all pulling up. I really, really do. We gonna talk about it. The world to come. Christopher Priest, Joe Quesada, Marvel, Tom Brevoort gonna get some of this smoke, and CB Saboski. So, before we jump all off into this thing, if you don't mind, go ahead and click that like button if you have now already done so. If you don't mind, because you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Also, I see y'all already leaving comments and everything like that. We got the lovely Grand Madam Tarot, my spiritual advisors, up in here. And so, yeah, we're gonna make it do what we're gonna make it do what it's gonna do. So I don't want folks to think I ain't read stuff. Because I know folks be like, Theo, how can you comment on something you ain't read? So let's get to the crux of the matter. The world to come. The first issue is about T'Challa fighting his son. We don't know what this boy looked like. He fighting this young man. He whooping his ass. Yeah, this is the battle for the mantle. Oh, he whooping his ass. Done whooped his ass. Like, buddy laying on the ground on all fours. T'Challa is looking at folks, the elders. Hey, can we call this off now? I done whipped his ass. Now he yield. No, he don't yield. Because you don't run nothing no more. You the king only in name only. Damn, that sounds like some JR stuff, don't it? You the king only in name only. So you don't get to make no decision. The battle continues. Well, T'Challa don't want to keep putting hands on the dude, right? T'Challa, the dude lurches at T'Challa, and what does T'Challa do? Knock his ass off the side of Warrior Fall. Yeah, you get that whole same damn replay from what you got in the first Black Panther movie, except it ain't T'Challa, it's Katima who ass is knocked off the side of the damn thing. And mind you, T'Challa jumped down in the said water, saved Buddy. Now, the damnest thing, you know how we got all this vitriol between Eric, his uncle, his first cousin in the first Black Panther movie. Then we turn right around here in the second damn movie, and we ain't got no connection between father and son, right? Well, don't worry about it. That same damn trope continue in this damn book. No connection between father and son. Question: when was the last time, as a Black Panther fan, you saw the love between the parent and the child? The child don't like his daddy. He can't stand it. As a matter of fact, he takes the word over strangers. Mind you, this is after his daddy then jumped in the water, then saved him, brought him back up, and don't want to fight him. His dad don't want to fight him. That's what that is. Daddy don't want to fight him. That's his son. He love him. You would think that would be an admirable trait in our culture, something we don't see too often. When you look at, okay, well, damn, I guess this is Ghost and Tyreek. I guess this is any Black father-son relationship, Black Ink, Black Mafia, Black Housewife. I guess, because that's the same damn thing. Except this time the child white. Mind you, Blake Griffin ain't even got straight damn hair. And that's the lightest damn biracial child we've seen. Right. Patrick Mahomes ain't that damn light. And Patrick Mahomes ain't got an African daddy. He got an African-American daddy and a Caucasian-American woman. T'Challa all the way from damn Africa. There's no African nowhere in this damn child whatsoever. So that means the editors didn't give a damn about portrayal, representation, imagery, love, loyalty. Didn't give two damns. Because in the first issue, you just see the son. No mention whatsoever of the mama. No mention of the mother. No imagery of any love being between T'Challa and the mother. No, we just got an angry son at a black father. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of that. Black man can't find love. T'Challa can't find love no damn where. He had Aurora, but even in the comic book, we're told he was wrong for choosing her. Just for us to find out on the last page that this badass little child, that's what he is, this badass little disrespectful ass little child, just to find out he take his damn mask off, that's what we got. This video ain't about that though. This video is about propaganda 101. That's what this video is about. Because I've seen comments where folks indirectly are blaming Chadwick Boseman for what's going on with the actor. His passing has nothing to do with it. It's an excuse. It's a tool by the company, but his passing just provided a moment. If you are a Black Panther fan, they wanted to do this. They wanted to do this. So now let's go through the stages of propaganda, because we all know Derek Boseman came to the stage, well, December 8th, he did the interview with Urban Faith magazine. You know that. I said to y'all, because the dude came out 48 hours later. If you don't think Kevin Feige's that moment, if you don't think him coming to the stage 48 hours later was a direct response to what Eric said in Urban Faith, that video, you don't know. You have no idea what propaganda is. No, that was his response to Derek. Because Derek told you first, it wasn't Kevin. Derek told you, I believe they want to kill off the character. He said that 48 hours prior to. Cognitive dissonance, how many of us locked into what he said? We credit Kevin with giving us the information first that they were going to delete T'Challa. Kevin wasn't the first one. It was actually Derek. But where did Derek get his information from? Stay right there. Where did Derek get his information from? That they wanted to replace T'Challa. Well, if you've been rocking with me, then you know I told you quite a few times. They've been wanting to give Shorty the mantle of Black Panther ever since May 16th, 2018. You know, because I put it out there. And it was never rescinded. It was never rebutted. How did Derek know on December 8th they wanted to take the mantle away from? Because we didn't know. We did not. You had no idea. How did he know on December 8th they wanted to make sure that the Black Panther? How did he know? Never stop to ask yourself the question. Never. Then what did he tell you on December 8th? See you as a king? Be a victim in the street? Deleted in the street? Yeah. But see you be a king? They didn't like what the movie represented. They didn't like the image. Okay, well, what does T'Challa represent? Ask yourself some questions. He said it on December 8th. Stay right there on December 8th. Don't go to December 9th. Stay right there on December 8th. Well, how would he know Shorty was going to pick up the mantle, right? Because they could have did a recast. He said this on December 8th. How did he have it within him to say they don't like what it represents? They didn't like what the character represents. Okay, well, ask yourself the question. Don't ask who they are. Ask yourself, what does the character represent that they would fear? Because I didn't say it. I repeated it, but I didn't say it. I like law. I like logic. Spock, I like Kirk, but I like Spock being able to be logical. No, ask yourself the question. What is it about that character? Okay, you get that. He says to you round about the end, there's more I could say. Anybody else asking what else he could say? Because he been in quite a few of our faces. Anybody, here we go. I like this one. Anybody that's a nerd or blurred reference his interview on Urban Faith, or do we tiptoe around it? Act like he ain't ever had that discussion. Oh no, he said some interesting stuff on Urban Faith. I know it sounds conspiratorial. Well, what sound conspiratorial? What you mean? What? What sound conspiratorial? Well, he said that on December 8th. I just want you to think about what you come across since December 8th. Forget any. What have you come across since December 8th, 2020? Because I found that whole damn interview to be very, very damn telling, very, very damn interesting. You know what made his interview more interesting on December 8th? It was the announcement on December 10th. Now, I've been alive, you've been alive, you watched some stuff, I've watched some stuff. You heard some stuff, I've heard some stuff. You read some stuff, I've read some stuff. We ain't new to this. We true to this. We've seen actors come and go. We've seen roles get recast all the damn time. We've seen horrible CGI. But this is what got me right here. Our culture. We say things like, you got such and such and so turning over in the grave. We say stuff like that. I don't know nothing about nobody else's culture. I know we talk about that, and you gonna have your grandmama and granddaddy turn over in their grave. You ain't even let the body get cold yet. That's how we talk in our culture. In our culture, that's how we talk. In essence, you don't need to be kicking up too much dust right after somebody then passed away. Now, I'm talking to my brothers and sisters. What's the time frame we give before you start acting like it's all that in a bag of chips? Usually a year. Usually a year. Don't be making no plans on nobody's car. I know they just passed away. They ain't gonna ever drive the damn car again. Don't fight over their car. Don't fight over their house. Don't fight over their jewelry. They just passed away. That's what we say in our culture. You know it. I know it. We know it. We're not finna act like that. I'm not finna practice cognitive dissonance. I know how we treat death in our culture. Yeah. I'm talking African American culture. I don't know nothing about over there. I'm talking about I know what we do over here, and you know what we do over here too, and you know that ain't what we did. You know that ain't what we did. Had you or I said what Kevin said on December 10th, our auntie or our grandmama or nana would have slapped the taste out of our mouth. Theo, what you talking about? When he got up there, when he stood up there and said, we're not recasting the role, and then announced the sequel in the same damn sentence, our grandmama, auntie, nana, mama would have been all over us. You know it. I know it. We all know it. There's not one black male that believes he could have made that statement in front of a black woman. Not one. We know better. Switches, extension cords, straps, belts, race car tracks. If they ain't been gone for a year, you ain't speaking nothing. You know it and I know it. Yet December 10th. I'm gonna greet y'all real quick. First of all, y'all didn't have to pull up. I appreciate this late notice. But I do, as a Marine Corps veteran, want to make sure we know what we're up against. Yeah, and take this lesson forward. Because see, this ain't just about the military. No, they do this, period. I'm gonna greet everybody real quick. We got a Nines in the Spider, Groovy Thief, Flash by Night, Grand Madam Tarot in the building. Black Panther, I always said from the jump, they've always planned on sidelining T'Challa all the way back. All the way back, May 2018. I did a video on it. Absolutely. So let's take a look here. We're going to call this the education period, if you will. Stages. Might want to pull out your pen and pad here. Stages of negative propaganda campaigns. While there isn't a universally agreed upon model for the stages of negative propaganda, propaganda campaigns often involve a progression of actions to achieve their goals. Here's a breakdown of common phases, which can include negative elements. Number one, establishing the agenda and purpose. We want to do a sequel, and we don't want T'Challa in it. Yeah, that would be December 10th. You heard the agenda and the purpose. The agenda is to put out a sequel without having T'Challa in it. Don't practice cognitive dissonance. You've seen that video more times than a little bit. You not dumb. We smart. I don't believe I'm the smartest one in the room. I don't believe I'm the smartest one on this video. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't got the highest GPA out of all of us. We all saw the same damn thing on multiple occasions. Yes, there was your agenda and there was your purpose. Just so we know what we're looking at. That was the initial establishing the agenda and purpose. This initial stage defines the overall goals of the campaign. What's the campaign? What was it? What was the campaign? The campaign was to have a sequel that was twice as good as the original movie without the titular character in it. That was the campaign. Those were the goals of the campaign. Propagandists clearly articulate what they want the target audience to believe, feel, or do. His performance was iconic in and of itself. It transcended any and all other portrayals of the character. Mind you, in that sentence, he falsely compared a live action actor to voice actors. That's what he did. He compared, which is not fair to anybody involved. He compared the live action actor to voice actor. That's what he did. You know that's what he did. And how many of us went with it? Can't nobody do it like Chad. Nobody had ever had the damn opportunity to do it like Chad. And still ain't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me knowing I ain't the smartest person in the room, you have no idea how frustrated I was to see brothers and sisters that I know damn good and well smarter than me say some of the dumbest stuff in the world. I'm like, let's keep going. Negative propaganda also focuses on portraying an opposing viewpoint, group, or person negatively to discredit or vilify them. You want me to read that part again? I'll read it again. Come on. Negative propaganda often focuses on portraying an opposing viewpoint, group, or person negatively to discredit or vilify them. Has anybody ever repeated what specifically what recast T'Challa No Dollar stated? Or did they just come out and say sexist, misogynist, hate women, don't respect the actor, don't care about the actor, didn't like the actor, don't like the new young actor, calling it everything except the point. Everything except the point. And see, here we go. I ain't the only one with a platform. There were those who used their platforms to regurgitate the point. There were those who used their platform to say not a damn thing about the point. And there were those who used their platform to keep driving the point home. But that's only 1 out of 3. That's only 1 out of 3. Yeah. See, for negative propaganda to be successful to a degree, you got to help. And what do we say about silence? That's consent. Silence is consent. It kind of like not voting. Yeah, you voting. You just don't have no control of where your vote count when you don't vote. It's the same thing when you're not saying nothing because you're worried about ruffling feathers. Okay, well, you can be worried about ruffling feathers. You're going to ruffle somebody's feathers one way or the other. The thing is, are you ruffling somebody else's feathers or are you ruffling your own? Because you don't want to say nothing. I'm going to keep up with these notes, then I'm going to move on to the next one because there's a number 2 to this. There's a number 2 to this. What's going on? Black Panther in the building. There's definitely a number 2 to this. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. Identifying the target audience. Oh, wow, that's easy. Propagandists analyze their audience to understand their beliefs, emotions, and vulnerabilities. This helps them tailor messages and techniques for maximum impact. What can I say about us as a people? Damn, we emotional. We don't necessarily like to read for our damn selves either, do we? No, we don't mind being told, but research our damn self. Oh no, that thing about black folks, if you want to hide it from them, put it in a book, that's still sitting right there. And we are spiritual. We do respect the deceased, the dearly departed, which threw me for a loop. How we respect the dearly departed, don't want anybody speaking ill of the dearly departed, but we let somebody speak of the dearly departed and then announce plans for the dearly departed. And we didn't want folks that wanted the role recast speaking on Chadwick Boseman, but folks that didn't want the role recast could speak on him all day, every day. Even put him in a relationship with somebody else. Mind you, did they ever address the points? We had brothers, one from Africa. I'm saying he's from Africa because he admitted. A whole brand new word, misogynoir, just to discredit people, because you still don't hear this. You don't hear anybody talk about that Sirius XM radio interview. None of his co-stars, not the director, writer who was sitting right there, not the celebrity journalist that interviews the executive, interviews the writer, director, interviews black people from. Nobody talks about that series. They don't even bring up when he talked about the 2 boys, do they? No, they don't. That's deliberate. Well, because if you talk about that, then that paints him as a person who was giving. That paints him as a person who would not have been against his role being recast. That ain't what you get, though. When Jamel Hill interviewed Anthony Mackie, she didn't speak to him about that Sirius XM radio interview. When he made that statement saying, oh, Chadwick wouldn't want that, she didn't even reference it. Am I supposed to believe she didn't know? Or should I look at her no differently than I look at cinematic rants in regards to his statement with John Walker, as in practicing either A, practicing cognitive dissonance, or B, practicing selective memory. You know, he couldn't remember John Walker lied to Lamar. What you mean? You saw it. Your whole career, your YouTube channel is built on you reviewing cinema stuff, you ranting about the cinema. Folks tune in to listen to your rants about the cinema. You doing a video talking about John Walker was misunderstood. Well, then you got to come with facts, right? I shouldn't be able to come in and check you on your own. But why could he be checked? Because it's propaganda. Propaganda don't have truth to it. It sound good. It's there to manipulate your emotions, but there's no fact to it. You can't even make what they're telling you match up to what you heard. You sitting up there like, you gonna blink. You gonna furrow up your forehead. And then because you cannot think of any answer whatsoever that makes sense, all you gonna say, it was different. You know what was different? Paul Walker passing away during filming. You black. Not only are you black, you're a Fast and the Furious fan. You are. You like Vin Diesel just like I like Vin Diesel. You like Paul Walker just like I like Paul Walker. Hell, your probably introduction to Vin Diesel when he was Riddick. So you like this dude. Paul Walker tragically lost his life while they were filming, and you know it. You know it because you heard about it. You were shocked, and you probably shed a tear. You did. You read where the cast and crew had to stop cast and crew. They weren't home mourning. They were in the midst of filming. They got an emergency phone call saying their castmate was gone. Do you know how traumatic that is to get a phone call when you don't think it? You just saw this dude. And when I say you just saw him, you just saw him. Not you just seen him months ago, because here's the other thing. Cognitive dissonance. When you think about Chadwick Boseman, aside from Florence Kasumba, who else did he interact with in the MCU? Anthony Mackie saw him in Civil War. Michael B. Jordan replaced him on General Hospital. He wasn't in no Ryan Coogler movie. Black Panther was it. So when folks, you know it, you got a smart device. You can easily look it up. You know when he passed away, they didn't know. Mind you, I told you first they didn't know. Anthony Mackie confirmed it on Jamel Hill. Oh no, they had to find out from everybody else. They didn't find out from the family. I'm sorry. We know what it's like to lose a family member. We know what it's like to lose a friend. Who ain't ever been notified by the family when they lost a friend? I know better. I know better. You're not telling me in 2024 a publicist got to reach out to you. Another actor got to reach out to you because a friend of the friend of the friend let them know. When if I go back to, let me see, 2002, my friend in Camilla, Georgia passes away. We ain't using social media like that. My grandmother go through hell and high water to let me know after his mother let her know. See how that go? His mother called my grandmother. That's the family. See, that's a friend. And the family knows who friends are. Right? Right. What's the cognitive dissonance? What was the propaganda? We didn't know no better. The propaganda was we were being insensitive. Were we really being insensitive? I'm coming to the stage on December 10th. to make an announcement about Chadwick Boseman passing, I'm not talking about a sequel. You think it's a game? Oh, I can tell you I learned from the best. They didn't say anything about a sequel until 5 years after Christopher Reeve passed. That's when you got Brandon Routh. And they recast the character. Didn't delete the character. Brought the character back. Character comes back and character has a whole son. Yeah. Imagine that. Let's get to the third step of this. Crafting the message. Oh, it's disrespectful to recast the character. Negative propaganda often utilizes techniques like this. Stay with me. Name calling, using derogatory terms to label opponents. That sound familiar to you? Does it? Fear mongering. Oh, if you don't go see Black Panther 2, you're not supporting the Black cast and crew. Spreading exaggerated or misleading information to evoke fear and anxiety. The Black cast and crew had already got paid. No, you wanted me to compensate the studio. Card stacking, presenting only favorable information while omitting contradictory detail. You know, Shorty became the Black Panther in the comics. Yeah, I know that. There's something to that you leaving out though. Are you doing that deliberately or what? Now, mind you, how many folks kept saying that, regardless of who they were? Regardless of who they were. Shorty died in the comics, but Shorty kept running with that narrative. Didn't push back against it. How many folks used their platforms, regardless of who they were, to educate folks that that was a blatant lie? Whether you wanted to go see Black Panther 2 or not, how many people use their platform to correct folks? Stereotyping, using oversimplified and often negative generalizations about groups. You don't like Black Panther 2, you don't like women. You want that character recast, you just don't want that little black boy to have a future in acting. Loaded language, using emotionally charged words or phrases to sway opinions. If you don't support Shorty, you don't like women. If you don't support Shorty, you're a toxic male. Hell, I ain't gonna act like that. Some of our women got called out their name too. Yes, we've had women in the movement get called misogynistic. Yes, I'm not gonna act like that. The big lie, repeating a blatant untruth until people begin to believe it. This honors the memory of Chadwick Boseman. That's the blatant lie. Now, mind you, for that lie to be successful, that means you either A, didn't hear his Howard commencement speech, or you didn't lock in to his Howard commencement speech. That's what it was. If the blatant lie that this is honorable to Chadwick Boseman, if you remember his interview on Sirius Radio, mind you, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, he was the only one tearing up. Yeah, everybody else sat there cool because they couldn't feel what he was feeling. Theo, what do you mean? That clock is ticking. That clock is ticking. See, the clock had ran out on the two boys, and he knew his clock was running out. See that's what, but you're not gonna hear that though. They're not gonna talk about those moments. What they'll tell you is it's disrespectful to recast the character. I think it's disrespectful that you use the actor to make money off the second movie when they're way better ways to continue the actor's legacy well after I'm dead and gone. And notice what I said. I said well after I'm dead and gone. I look at writers right now, Christopher Priest being one of them. You want to bring the world to come, T'Challa deleted. What's wrong with bringing me the Wakandan helicarrier named the Bozeman with Hunter in it, your character, with T'Challa in it, with Shuri in it, with Queen Mother Ramunda in it, with Okoye in it, your character, going to rescue Nakia, your character, from Okie-Doke. Once again, your character. In that story, I'm still remembering the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. Thus, Chadwick Aaron Boseman there is watching over all of Wakanda for the remainder of Marvel comic books existence. To do that, though, you got to know the truth and not fall for the big lie. That's just part 3 of that. You see these 3 steps? There's a 4th step. Dissemination of propaganda. This involves choosing the right media channels to reach the target audience effectively. Think about it. How many people told you this was going to be a great movie? How many media outlets told you that this was the right thing to do? Think about it. And I don't even want you to just focus on Black Panther 2. I don't even want you to focus on the Black Panther IP. No, focus on the Black characters, period. Didn't Nate Moore say, after Sam went through what he went through in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, didn't he say he wanted that character to continue to struggle, to still have to earn the shield? Didn't that character get called son? You'll never be the man Steve Rogers was, son. Anybody say anything? Because that's a racist statement. It is. Somebody calling a grown Black man son, oh yeah, that's always been a racist statement. Anybody say? Back. They back. No, tell the truth to shame the devil. Did anybody tell you anything? James Rose still being paralyzed from the waist down. Any of these media outlets, because I control this right here. But even with this channel, to a degree, it gets nerfed. You done had to put your notifications back on. You done had to come back and subscribe to the channel because you thought you were subscribed and everything like that. Oh no, they call that shadow ban. How do you get shadow banned? You ain't saying what folks want you to say. But everybody else that's saying what folks want them to say, you see it. Propaganda can be spread through various media, including social media, news reports, films, posters, and more. Wow. Well, we got an action figure that was clearly T'Challa. His name wasn't on it. You can't get a monthly series with him in it. They bring back a highly critically acclaimed Black Panther writer. They bring it back. And what does he bring him back to do? Delete him and give you a son that don't look biracial. No, that looked like that child that Cat Williams was talking about in that movie. That child don't look. No, that child don't look biracial. No, no. He need to have a DNA test. But what did the writer tell you? Because you've seen it over there on social media. What did the editor-in-chief tell you? Because I talked to him personally. Did anybody disavow they were deleting him? No. They just they trying to make it sound good. That's a big lie. When has somebody's favorite character being deleted ever sound good? When have they ever came up Elseworlds or whatever? We talking Elseworlds. The character T'Challa ain't been built up like Bruce, Diana, or Clark till you can do an Elseworlds story. Too many people at this particular point in time confusing BS with real sense in regards to T'Challa, Black Panther, Wakanda period. I asked this question. And I ain't really getting answers from Black Panther fans like we should. What's T'Challa's origin story? What's T'Challa's origin story? If you don't know it, therein lies the problem. But you're a Black Panther fan. If you don't know T'Challa's origin story by now, you subject to fall for anything. Let's go on to this next step though, because this is interesting. Step number 5. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. Kamoyo gonna like this one. Reinforcement through repetition. Propagandists consistently repeat the message across different channels to ensure memorability and acceptance. T'Challa died. Shorty became the Black Panther. T'Challa died. Shorty became the Black Panther. T'Challa died. Shorty became the Black Panther. T'Challa died. Shorty becomes the Black Panther when T'Challa died. Shorty becomes the Black Panther when T'Challa died. T'Challa dies. That's how Shorty becomes the Black Panther. How many times that get repeated? How many people use their platforms to repeat that same damn lie? Now, mind you, that's that crabs in the barrel mentality, especially when you take into consideration that Reginald Hudlin created Shorty, so both his son and daughter, that's a man. Damn, think about that for a second. That's a father. If Reginald Hudlin a Black father, get out of town. You'd have thought Black fathers wasn't important based on what we got going on. But yet it's still, here we go. We got a Black father who created Shorty so that his son and his daughter, both of them, not one at a time, same time, both of them could dress up like, you know how we have our children dressing up like our favorite football team, favorite basketball team and everything. Have his children dressed up like his favorite character during Halloween. That's Reginald Hudlin. I heard Reginald Hudlin say that. Did you hear anybody else speak on that? And when I say anybody else, did you hear anybody else talk about it? Used to be 2 Black Panthers running around Wakanda. You talking about 1? No, 2. 2. 1. 2. I need all that back. Did you hear it? No. Just gonna repeat the same thing. You see, remember how I said propaganda 101? And remember when I told y'all way back in 2021, this was war? We were under attack and it was being fought through propaganda. Remember I said that? Does this sound familiar to you? Just go back through your mental Rolodex and just think about what you've experienced, what you've heard, and think about what I'm telling you right now. We're going to go. Step number 6, and this is the last one. Kazuko Slevin would like this first. Cognitive dissonance. Creating discomfort by challenging existing beliefs to make the audience more receptive to the propaganda's message. You know what I didn't understand? I didn't understand how those of us who heard what Derek said and then heard what Kevin said in regards to Chadwick Boseman. And what Kevin did not say about William Hurt, what Anthony Mackie did not say about William Hurt, as opposed to what many members of the cast and crew of Black Panther had to say about Chadwick Boseman. Nobody ever said William Hurt couldn't be replaced. You'd have thought William Hurt was a bum. But mind you, when we talk about you can't replace Chadwick Boseman because he's too great of an actor, William Hurt had won an Academy Award. And they went right back, got another Academy Award-winning actor. Come on now, pause. Academy Award-winning actors and actresses don't just fall off the tree. That ain't what that is. That ain't what that is. Not only did they not say they couldn't replace the Academy Award-winning actor, they never came out and said only one person could be him. They didn't say nobody could do it like him. Oh no, none of that was out there in the ether. I know damn good and well we wasn't gonna say it. No. You got Harrison Ford, recast the character. But now there were quite a few of us that pitched a fit when they did that. Quite a few of us called out Disney, Marvel Studios when they did it, just to turn right around, promote Captain America 4, and call out those who called out Marvel Studios for the nonsense, the inconsistencies in regards to Chadwick Boseman and Harrison Ford, T'Challa, Thaddeus Ross. Make it make sense. That's the epitome of practicing cognitive dissonance. But we got another one here. Confirmation bias, aligning the propaganda with pre-existing beliefs to increase acceptance and decrease critical evaluation. That would be X-Men 97. Oh, like, God damn, free Theo for real? Yeah, that would be X-Men 97. The lengths they went to erase T'Challa from cartoon canon, the lengths they went to actually go over to Marvel Wikipedia and change the damn entry just to line up with the damn cartoon, knowing damn good and well the brother that was the showrunner for Fantastic Four, the animated series, is still alive and well. And folks went above and beyond to discredit him. He's the one that's saying that's T'Challa. He don't know what he's talking about. He's the showrunner. What? Never mind. Y'all let me know about the propaganda if it wasn't real. Keep it going. Social identity theory, promoting an us versus them narrative to strengthen in-group loyalty and animosity towards the opponent. They don't like Chadwick Boseman. We don't like Chadwick Boseman. We don't like women. We don't like Letitia Wright. We don't like what's my young lady name that played Nakia? We don't like her. We're toxic. Everything except the point, huh? Everything except the point. That was propaganda. That was propaganda. Cultivation theory, shaping audience perceptions of reality through repeated exposure to the propaganda's narrative. Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. X-Men 97. 1943. EA's canceled Black Panther game. The inconsistency of T'Challa being in his own comic book. A Black Panther character, action figure, being put out. That's clearly T'Challa from Fantastic Four 52, but with that one, we do not want to put the character's name on it. Mind you, the hypocrisy in that is that they also released a Black Panther Shorty action figure, and they put Shorty's name on it. Yep. All of that just to push a narrative, to hide the truth which was revealed all the way back on December 8th. Yeah, everything that's being done right now is to cover up what somebody said on December 8th. Everything that they're doing right now in regards to the character. So what was said on December 8th doesn't seem so conspiratorial right now. What's the day? June 5th, 4th? It don't seem like so conspiratorial. No, it seemed like he was right, hitting the nail dead on the damn head. Propaganda is being waged. My question is this. What we gonna do? That's the lesson when it comes to propaganda. The Peter Nwango, thank you, Big Vernon, thank you. Big Vernon coming through. Kamoyo King, my brother. Black Panther fan group trying to do it. The Black Panther franchise, what was done in Northern Africa. Yep. Also, Priest was always moving like an op. He kept getting shut down when he tried to mess over T'Challa. Hey, it is what it is. My fellow, hey, Big Cam in the building. Y'all give it up. Y'all make sure y'all go check. Big Cam be dropping some knowledge over there. Big King Cam's with Johnny podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. Repeat the lie and idiots will perpetrate. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, it kind of is what it is. How do you know this isn't the biggest lie? Cat fight. How do I know what's not the biggest lie? The world to come, because I spoke to the editor. You getting it? Yeah, this is really T'Challa being deleted unless you was asking a different question. That comes from Cat Fight. Vernon Hampton, the only people the big two are trying to write comments for is the internet. Okay, kind of is what it is. Who the hell is T'Challa? I have no idea. Why tell T'Challa's story with Kamita's story? They ain't even told Hunter's story. Hunter's story, who is a Christopher Priest creation. A creation that Black Panther fans actually like. A creation that Black Panther fans were offended when that alias was given to Bucky. A character he created that Black Panther fans have customized as an action figure. That makes no damn sense. You would come back. You ain't coming back doing a story with Hunter. You ain't even coming back doing a story with Casper Cole. I'm sorry. That's your creation too. You got the white character. You got the biracial character. It ain't nobody doing nothing with them. Yeah, that ain't what this video is about though. So it's really about the problem. I've said from jump, they always playing. What's going on, Afro? What's going on? We got a crew now. Yeah. Support independent comics. Folks keep saying that. And I don't want to tell you to not say it, but when you blow that horn, I need to see the numbers go through the roof, because Dara got Philadelphia. I got Bitter Root. I'm getting ready to drop a comic book review on Bitter Root. That's a woke comic. So using my lives, Daryl's lives to chomp at the bit to support independent comics, when you see we already doing it, we do it. We do. So, and mind you, I'm saying this because this is the second day in a row we want to talk about independent comic books and everything like that. Okay, well, I don't want to take this live to mention what I mentioned before. Independent comics need to support the YouTubers that's gonna put their stuff out there. So that's how I feel about that. And in essence, I feel like we saying the same old same, and we preaching to the damn choir. No, don't use my channel to preach to the choir. No. Just like Concrete Comics got their comic books over to Dara, how about we start inboxing the independent comic book writers and tell them to get their comic books over to the comic book reviewers that's gonna push their stuff. Let's do that. Let's do that going forward. Because we say, I think we talking to the wrong folks. And then when Daryl and I review them comic books, like when I do this Bitterroot comic book review, because that's me doing my part. Here we go. The same way we come on these lives and tell everybody and their mama to support independent comics, go to your friends and tell them to subscribe to our channel, watch them comic book reviews, leave a comment, hit the like button. Equal energy. Equal energy. Equal energy. When you leave this line, you should be going over to every independent comic book writer you F with, you fool with, you got a relationship with. You need to be telling them about me and Daryl. You need to tell them to send me and Daryl's comic book so me and Daryl can review it. Then, because we're going to be stands with it. I said that last night. We're going to be stands with it. You need to be showing up. Your friends need to be showing up. And your non-black friends. So you need to be showing up. Your friends need to be showing up. Your friends' friends need to be showing up. And every time we review one of them comic books, it need to be 1.2K, 3.4K. I'm just saying, because I looked at the Bitterroot. If Daryl is reviewing Concrete Comics and it ain't getting but like 20-something reviews, Daryl don't get paid by YouTube. Aside from him doing it for the culture, which is why he's doing it for the culture. What's his motivation? His only motivation should be for the culture, but when do the culture pay it back? If he's doing it for the culture, when do the culture pay it back? Because you can go on anybody else's YouTube channel and get Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, X-Men, this, but you can't go to too many channels and get Concrete Comics. You can't go to too many channels and get Bitterroot. You can't go to too many channels and get what's the Creed the next round. You can't. So if we're reviewing it, we need them comic book. Mind you, if them comic book reviews blow up, it's safe to say it's quite a few people rocking with the independent writer. Imagine a Philadelphia video with 2.6 thousand views on it. A Harriet Tubman video with 4.5 thousand views on it, like folks be doing for these X-Men comics and everything like that. Comic Book Explain, Comic Book Store, they not gonna check for them stores like that. They don't care. They ain't from the big two. Okay. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, does that mean I'm not gonna do what I do? No. I don't need to be told to support independent comics for me to rock with it. I don't care if you tell me to do it or not. I do it for the culture. That's why we do comic book reviews and they ain't got the 20-something reviews on them, because we doing them for the culture. We're not going to stop. Hopefully somebody will catch on, but if they don't, that's their bad. That's their bad. I'm doing my part. You're doing your part, but watch this. I'm not going to ask you to check for independent comics. You know why? As many times as I see you over here interacting with D, based on the knowledge you be sharing, it's safe to say you already doing it. I didn't give you the benefit of the doubt. That's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking about. You already know I'm supporting independent comics. So you telling me something about you, I already know. My question to you, which is something I've been talking to my wife about, am I doing something where you don't think I'm doing it? Do it for the coach. Yeah. Agreed, Theo. I personally try to promote indies. I will reach out. Listen, what's the thing? Remember what we all in the same game? What West Coast All-Stars? We all in the same game. So it ain't never one of them things. And I wish we could have more meaningful, impactful conversations. Black. CB4 style. Like, I don't this what that when we spoke to Big Tony Cottrell, I wanted black action figures. So I want the all. When somebody say to me, support black independent comics, I want the comic, I want the action figure, I want the animation, and I want the live action. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm asking myself, what it's going to take to get it. What it's going, because it's been quite a few black writers out there for a minute. And I know to a degree why it ain't happened, because folks chirping at each other as opposed to chirping with one another. Folks chirping with one another as opposed. No, we should have got stuff, animation a long damn time ago. We should have got live action alone. There's too many of us talented out here not to do it. We just need to stop acting like crabs in a barrel. We should have already had our toy company, our own action figure line. We should have. There's no reason why we ain't got it. We can sit up here and put all these BS shows on TV. We got all these, I think, what we say, 20 black billionaires in America and 200 black millionaires. There's no reason. Ain't no reason. Ain't no reason. So that's what that is. But to bring this thing back home, propaganda. We're at war. We're still in the midst of it. We're being told, whether we want to believe it or not, we're not valuable. And if you think what you're seeing in comics ain't kind of manifesting itself in the real world, then you're not woke. You're not woke. No, you need to start learning to see value in yourself. And somebody asked me this question today. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna act like that. I'm gonna close out the show like this, because he asked me the question. And it's something that I have been contemplating. I haven't been contemplating it by myself. My brother Daryl and I have talked about it. Kamoyo and I have talked about it. It's just not, it's something that I'm real cautious to say. But it is a thought. And it came from Moshe Bass. At this point, they don't want our business. And I'm reminded of how just recently Target apologized to black people. You know how people tell you can't, black, you know, how folks try and tell us not to protest, not to boycott, it don't work. Yeah, somebody told my brother that and everything like that. Thought that was funny because it was a jit. Breath smelling like Similac. Told my brother protest don't work. Is it time for a boycott of all things Marvel? Wanted to get your thoughts. I love us. Better, worse, death do us part. I love us. We said recast T'Challa, and if truth be told, we were afraid to say or else. In ways, folks weren't afraid to do what they did with Nick Cannon. In ways, folks weren't afraid to do what they've done to quite a few of our actors, actresses, football players, athletes, when they feel like they've been personally shamed. We said recast T'Challa, and that was it. They didn't. And while so many of us voiced how we felt about it, pissed off about it, mad about it, angry about it, we did nothing about it. We talked a good game, quite a few of us did, but did nothing about it. We didn't have enough confidence in ourselves that we could put out our own content without having to rely on MCU content. No, we felt like if we didn't have MCU content, we weren't going to have no content. So we stood up for the MCU, but we weren't committed to being black because we felt like we still had to do business with the MCU. And that were people who were upset about the titular character being deleted. We don't have it. I would love to say right here today, don't order no more Marvel comic books, cancel your Marvel subscription, don't go to any more Marvel movies, and hold a line from now to December 31st. I would love to say that. I know we're not going to do it. We're still making excuses. We still got to see how it play out. We still got to see what happened. We still feel obligated to participate. We feel like if we don't do that, we can't do nothing else. So I would be wasting my time making that damn statement. I really, really would. I really, really would. And truth be told, the people that would probably hear what I had to say and stop effing with the Marvel altogether, probably less than the fingers I got on both hands. I don't. The people that we need to say something to Marvel, too busy being in bed with Marvel. That's what that is. That's what that is. The people we would need to stand up that have the platforms to say something, they too busy glazing Marvel. They either too busy glazing Marvel Studios or they're too busy glazing the celebrities that work for Marvel Studios. But that's that. So to Shabazz, supporting Marvel, canceling Marvel, I think at this particular juncture, what we have to do is what we've been doing. Stay on message, stay on point, and keep being specific with what you say. Don't look into the abyss and become changed. Be constructively critical. Don't be all negative just for negative sake. No, be fair. When you be fair, it's hard for folks to say something to you. It's hard for folks, they're going to try, but it's hard for folks to besmirch you if you're going to be fair. So that's it. I'm going to keep up with these notes. Little Q&A if that's what y'all interested in. My brother Daryl has a live coming out later on tonight. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Be Real with D Real Thursday night live. That's going down 9:30 tonight. I'm going to say 9:30 tomorrow night. And then on our show tomorrow night, because we do it for the culture, the fans. So we got a fan coming in, an OG fan coming in tomorrow. His second time being on the show, Friday Night Vibe. He didn't know what was going on. I had to hit him up, tell him what the link read. So tomorrow night, we will have none other than Mr. Ray Smith in the building, not to be confused with Ray Parker Jr., even though, you know, he said, well, no. He gonna pull up tomorrow night. And then, I don't know whether I'm going to do it tonight or whether I'm going to wait till tomorrow. My brother Daryl sent me something in the mail. I got it in the mail today. Thank you so much, big bro. So I will be able to do my own version of Armor Wars sooner than later. I said sooner. You heard what I said. That's it. We out. Let me keep up with these notes before we go, though, because I don't want to be rude. I don't. I don't want to be rude. Let me see. Afro Sim, I boycotted Marvel before I came back with the current Ultimate Universe. I can boycott again. Okay, that's what's up. Grand Madam says, what's going on? King Cam, I have some ideas. We're going to have to converse on that, Big Cam. We're going to have to converse. Unique Studios have animation and comics, not sure about action figures. We need to partner up. We need to link up. I need to get some of their stuff, too. Need to get some of their stuff. You ain't so long did Bitterroot at Akagon. Where y'all been? I did, and I've been telling go get that Akagon, go get that Brutalizer of the Gods, and Mr. Aya Daily. I know. I got Storm 8 coming down the pipe. But I'm gonna need the date again. Because I know you ain't on Twitter no more. So I'm gonna need to know when Revenge of the Gods come on and everything. I understand, you know, might not want to necessarily holler at your boy, but I think I've been fair and I think I supported the book. So if we could let me know when you know what? Maybe I just need to hit up the comic book shop, find out when Revenge of the Gods is coming out there. But Big Cam, definitely hit me up. Afro, let's do work. Like I said, we got Mr. Ray Smith coming in tomorrow and everything like that. We're going to make it do what it's going to do. We absolutely are. We do this for the culture, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's been about. Black imagery, love, representation, and loyalty. Don't be fooled. We are in the midst of a propaganda war. Now you know what it is. And all of it should sound absolutely familiar when you start thinking about it. Okay, well, you beat that via education. You beat that via being active. You beat that via staying on point. Propaganda is to get folks misdirected all over the place. You don't combat propaganda by being all over the place. Stay on message. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That said, I'm out. Thank y'all so much for rocking with a brother and everything like that. Y'all go get your meal, get your rest. Let's get ready for my big bro showing up later on this evening. In the meantime, in between time, till next time, remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chad Wippos. And I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.